Hey guys, it's 2Pro52Games or Adam, and I got a bit of a different video today. Instead of doing zombies, we're just gonna have a nice little discussion video, right? So today we're gonna be talking about the lottery, and more specifically, what would you do if you won the lottery? Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is, of course, because of the massive lottery that was just recently won by somebody. I think it was like $1.5 billion, which is absolutely just mind-boggling. And well, first of all, you're not going to get all that money. For those of you that don't know, I think in the US they tax either 40 or 30%, I'm not sure, of that money. So even if you get like 900 million, 800 million, that's pretty damn good. So here's the question of today's video. What would you do if you won the lottery? And also, would you want to win the lottery? So a question that everybody really gets frequently is, do you want to win the lottery? Or if you won the lottery, what would you do with all that insane amount of money? And I think as human beings, we literally have like an automatic response to that. It's just like an instant yes, or it's like, why would you even ask me that? Why would you ask me if I want to win the lottery? No shit, I want to win the lottery. But over the last, I don't know, year or so, I think my response has definitely changed to that question. When you really think about it, do you want to win the lottery? That's a really tough question. Now, before we get into that, what would you guys do if you won the lottery? Like, there would be only so much that you could do with, we're gonna go with like 800 million, okay? Say we have $800 million. What would you do with that money? You can only do so much. You know, you would buy a nice house, you'd buy all the nice cars you would want, you can travel anywhere you want in the world, you can literally have anything you want. You can go watch any team play, your favorite team, whatever. You can have the best of the best, anything you want, whenever you want. So, if you could have absolutely anything you wanted whenever you wanted it, would you really want to win the lottery? And like I said, my response has changed. Whenever somebody asks me, Adam, do you want to win the lottery? I'm just like, you know what? No, I don't want to. I don't want to win the lottery. Now, I'm 19 years old, very close to 20, and I don't play the lottery. I don't do any of that stuff because I feel like if you would win the lottery, it would absolutely ruin your life. Now, that was kind of a bold statement because it really depends on who you are and where you are in your life. Now, if the average person, like the average person who works a 9-to-5 job, you know, they get by just barely, they're living, for that kind of a person to win the lottery, I think it would ruin your life. Now, if you are already a wealthy person and you have amazing business sense, you have some businesses, you run some businesses, you win the lottery, I don't think it would change your life in any way because you already know what you're doing with all of that money. You know what to do with it. You have those money smarts, and you can buy new businesses and keep the ball moving. But for the average person who doesn't know any of that stuff, it could really screw you over because after a certain amount of time of having all that money, having everything you want, the first year would be amazing, but then after that, you get super incredibly bored. Now, of course, I don't have experience with this, but it's kind of like a common sense type of thing. Wanting something, it keeps the engine moving almost. It keeps you going when you want something, and when you have everything you ever wanted, it's just like you're laying there stagnant and you want to work, you want to go do something. So winning the lottery is, I don't know, it sounds amazing, like you can have all the money, but really I don't think I would ever want to win the lottery. And I'd rather be able to say I have all this money, or I am where I am because of the work I did, because of my ideas, because of everything I did to get to this point in my life, rather than saying, well, I just won the lottery. And you know what else I don't like about this humongous 1.5 billion, now think about that guys, $1.5 billion jackpot. Why give it all away to one person? What if you gave away like 10, 15, $100 million jackpots instead, so you have 15 people winning that instead of just one person? Because what does one average person do with 1.5 billion, or we're going with 800 million with the taxes, okay? But what does one person do with $800 million? That is absolutely mind-bogglingly insane. Like, I can't even think what I could do with all of that money. I would have to build a mansion in every freaking country in the world and build it with gold or something. I don't freaking know what you can do with all of that money. It's kind of nuts, and I think it'd be way better if they kind of split it up. Honestly, if I were to win any amount of money, I would be okay with winning $1 million, no more than that, because then I just kind of lose myself, and I would rather work to get $1 million, or 10 million, or 100 million, or $1 billion, instead of having it given to me, if you guys know what I mean. So I'll ask you guys one more time. Do you want to win the lottery? Let me know in the comment section below. Peace out.